It could be about certain sectors of the economy. I actually did a sit down today going into how you had these driverless trucks that are entering into the the market. Here in Texas, in Midland, which is West Texas, and the hauling uh 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 basically artificial salt, sand. And they have like a 30 truck fleet out, right? You should have to think, that's going to alleviate 30 drivers from having a job, 30 potential owner operators from having a major contract that lasts for a substantial amount of time, feeding their families, right? Right. And you see the squeeze going on in the transportation industry. That's just one again. That's just one aspect of the economy. But what about these white collar jobs that are getting alleviated, like these tech jobs being alleviated? I don't have fast stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know that are being alleviated. You know, these cyber defense jobs. I'm sure I'm not saying the correct jargon, but you guys get my drift. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. Thank you. Jobs, right? You know, even the music industry is being drastically changed by AI. It's starting with the tangible infrastructure of the erection of these data centers. And in the next few years, we're going to see a a tremendous change in the economy, which is going to lead to a substantial amount of people jobless. And what is that going to create? Well, that's going to create a need for them to be, guess what, taken care of by the government.
Yeah.
Which will lead to what? Universal basic income.
So, a couple years ago, you had Carl Schwab at the WEF, right? Talk about man merging with machine.
Right.
So you have industry, and what they changed the definition to now is you have industry 4.0 and industry 5.0. What the elder is talking about is industry 4.0, which is the automation of all the jobs. Okay, so I'm gonna read the definition really quick because this is gonna once we like bring this point home, it's gonna lead us into a bunch of precepts. All right, this is industry 4.0. That's what the elder was talking about. It says the fourth industrial revolution, a new phase of industrial development focused on interconnectivity, automation, the automation of jobs like trucking, arts and things like that, right? Machine learning and real-time data of smart factories, which is going to cost people a lot of jobs.
Right, smart factories. You're gonna go in. You go into certain factories. This brother has seen this. You got driverless, automated forklifts, right? You got China. They're about to distribute these humanoids, in the market, and their humanoids is light years ahead of the Tesla. Yeah. Light years ahead. Light years, bro. When you see their box, you like, oh my god, this is like this is a person in a suit. It's not real. No, that's an actual humanoid, bro.
Yeah, you can see the pores in their skin.
Right,
They make them to where they can actually put like it looks
right,
like a person.
right,
If you a good show to watch is Westworld. If you want a visual aid of what we're talking about.
right, right. And we're at the beginning of this, man. We're at the beginning of this phenomenon. Okay. And another aspect of that industrial 4.0 is what? The amalgamation of humans with machines.
They changed the definition. So that's industry 5.0.
Oh,
That's what they call it. So the industry 4.0, people being ousted of jobs, is going to lead to them saying, well, hey, if you can't, beat the machines, you got to be upgraded. That's going to lead to industry 5.0, which is going to take us to the level.
right. What you got, bro?
I got it on Wikipedia.
What's that?
University.
Yeah, can you grab this for you? Yeah, no.
God. All right, this is universal basic income, also known as UBI. It's a social welfare proposal in which all citizens of a given population regularly receive a minimum income in the form of an unconditional transfer payment, i.e., without a means test or need to perform work.
Hey, they lied. They put the word unconditional in there.
Yeah, that's all.
That's a fucking lie.
Conditional.
It's gonna be conditional. In order to keep getting those funds, you're gonna be something is gonna be required of you.
Right.
Well, go ahead, bro.
God, it says, in contrast, a guaranteed minimum income (GMI) is paid only to those who do not already receive an income that is enough to live on.
So industry 4.0, the automation of all these jobs, is gonna lead to people needing that universal basic income.
Oh yeah.
People are gonna need it. So you think they're just saying these things when they say you will own nothing and be happy. You think they're saying these things for no reason. They're setting up those conditions on the earth to play out so that they can forward their plan, because everything they're doing is motivated to have an everlasting dominion, to get the blessing back. Okay? So right there, it's beautiful because the prophets, we can see through lies like that. Most people read that and they'll just take it.
Right. You got people like, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You got people like Elon Musk that says, oh, you know, in the near future, working a job will be optional. Right? Well, how is it going to be optional? Well, going back to what the brothers brought out, the universal basic income. But there's going to be a stimulus to that. And we know what the stimulus is because of prophecy, bro.
Yes.
So, hey, real quick. Hey, can we get Revelation 9 and 10? You know what I'm saying? They get that word testify in that. Look at the word testimony. Look at the word testimony in the dictionary, but it goes back to testify, and it says something very profound.
Revelation 9 and 10?
Revelation 19 and 10. I'm sorry if I said 9 and 10.
It's all good.
Slip of the tongue. I promise you.
Revelation 19 and 10, I'm reading first. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, Yahushua. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Yeah, 19.
Oh, okay, I read 11. Selected.
It's okay.
It's Revelation 19 and 10. All right, and I fell at his feet to worship him. That was 11 I just read for those listening. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua.
Right. Let's look up that word testimony. I think it's like Barteria.
Yeah, Barteria.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it? Go ahead.
I was saying, this is Strong's G 141. It says martyria, and it says a testifying the office committed to the prophets of testifying concerning future events.
That's right. So we're testifying about future events. Look at that word testify simply in the dictionary. Just Google it. You did?
Yeah.
Google it. But we're testifying about certain events in the future. What's to happen? And we filter what's about to happen in the future by these scriptures. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says, it says testify. It says give evidence as a witness in a law court, serve as evidence or proof of something existing or being the case.
So we're giving evidence of something that's existing, that's going to happen in the future.
Right.
Okay? This is spiritual power right here, brothers. We see what's about to happen. And it's speaking right before our eyes. Hey, real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. Real quick, bro. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8, man. You know?
So, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 8, it says, if any man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, it conjureth aright what is to come.
Right. People conjure a conjecture.
Yeah, you're right, conjecture.
Look up that word conjecture, bro. Google that mug. Look at that word conjecture. Might need to have to pick up our voice a little bit because there's a lot of traffic today. Okay.
Conjecture. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. This is the word conjecture. It says an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information.
So we know a part, we prophesy a part, right? But we're able to see what's going on and testify what's going on via the understanding of these scriptures. So we're conjecturing that, hey, the mark of the beast is around the corner based off the evidence that we have gathered and we have filtered through these scriptures. Utilizing what? Revelation 13 and 16. You see what I'm saying?
See through the lies.
We see through, okay, we see what's about to happen. The brother said it. We see through the lies. We see that, hey, you ain't gonna just give it to me for free. What I gotta do?
Right.
Well, we're telling you what the masses will have to do. By what? These scriptures, which is the testimony of Yahweh. Everything that we see going on right now is the culmination of him coming back, including the mark of the beast. This is why prophecy is so important, bro. They think this is about being different, about being conspiracy theories, about knowing the most. No, bro. Go ahead.
This is about crossing the finish line of salvation. You're gonna need to be saved from something. And if you don't know prophecy, you ain't gonna know which way to turn.
Right.
So this is a life or death situation. So we're warning the people of, hey, this is the obstacle, the main obstacle that you're gonna have to evade in order to be delivered out of destruction.
Right.
If you don't know prophecy, you don't have the full armor of God. Part of the armor of Yahweh Shai is understanding what he told us is gonna happen before it does. Got it.
Hey, did you finish that? Okay, let's finish that.
You mind if I jump to the GNT? Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8 in the GNT. It says, do you want to have wide experience? Wisdom knows the lessons of history and can anticipate the future. She knows how to interpret what people say and how to solve problems. She knows the miracles that God will perform and how the movement of history will develop.
Yeah, go ahead, speak on it.
No, just backing your point up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's through this wisdom, you know what I'm saying, that we can see all right, what's taking place and it's aligning with what the Lord will say will be happening in these end times, man. You see, he didn't leave us out. He didn't leave us out here comfortless, man. He didn't leave us out here hanging out the dry, man. You see, people have to be warned about Revelations 13 and 16, and it has to be broken down properly in order for people to understand what to look out for, man. And it's through wisdom, through the precepts, all right, through the Holy Spirit that we know that Revelations 13 is going into this beast system, and the MOTP is going into the micro C-HIP and this AI infrastructure, man. All this, the UBI, like the elder is going into, all this is tying right into Revelations 13, man. You know?
Yeah, that's it. That's it, brother. Will say it, man. Wisdom was able to predict the future. That's what prophesying is, man. We're not here to lift ourselves up. We're not here to sell you shirts with fringes on it. We're not here to debate, you know what I'm saying, and make ourselves look like we just so profound and so smart because we're debating this person, debate that person. No, man. If you had the testimony of Yahweh Shai with the word healing card, you're giving the future to the masses. The MOT, the mark of the beast is coming, man.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, brother.
Romans 13 and 11, it says, in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
That's right. And we're closer to that finish line than ever. What we've been prophesying about, a time like no other. We see it. Back 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, bro, you couldn't fathom seeing a humanoid walking down the street. That was something that was far-fetched or seen as sci-fi. That's a reality that we are going to see. Right?
About fast.
It is happening at an exponential rate. That means something that's very quickly.
It's kind of like the visual aid. When you push that, they show you the cartoon when they push the snowball.
Yeah.
And it gets faster as it goes along. It just jumps and jumps and jumps.
Get bigger too.
It get bigger and bigger, and it becomes a problem that you can't just take head on.
Right.
Right?
Hey, can I get this word? I want to grab this word salvation.
God.
All right, it's Strong's 4991, Santeria. It says deliverance, preservation, safety, deliverance from the molestation of enemies.
What's that precept that you get where it talks about the flock being cornered to be administered in medicine?
Yeah, out there, Luke 21. Yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Back the elder up.
No, go ahead.
No, you
you know,
say that again, what you just said.
all right, going back, we get this word. Okay, but it's the Strong's G, 4991, Santeria, and then the definition that I read was deliverance from the molestation of enemies.
That's what he wants to do. You go to what is it, Deuteronomy 22, where it talks about, the man tries to overtake a woman. You got the woman that cries out, and then you got the woman that's just down with it. All right, this devil wants to
Defile you.
he wants to defile the Lord's woman. Right? He wants to take the Lord's woman by force. Now you have the remnant of the Lord's people who are going to be crying out and are going to be delivered. And you have the 2/3 of our people who aren't going to cry out. They're going to be down with it. So what does the law say when somebody's down with it, when the woman is down with it? The adulterer and the adulterers get put to death. That's what's getting ready to play out in the earth. All right, bro, you got that precept for the elder.
All right. This is Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars.
Right, that's going on, man. Almost every week there's a different blood moon going on, right? A different phenomenon in the skies, eclipses, right? And people will see these things and it's just kind of like, whatever, right? So you could discern that it's about to rain, but you can't discern that. Guess what, man? All hell's about to break loose on the face of the earth. People are just swimming in their pride, though, man. A lot of people are about to be humbled, man, on a devastating level, bro. On a devastating level, man. Okay, and believe you, if it's here, listen, bro. Listen. Hey, we're not out here just to give you a teacher so you can be the smartest guy at the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? You get the edge of a picture. Yeah, you heard of the edge. You heard of the mark of the beast. See, we gotta understand is, no, man. But we're giving you this information so you can make a decision about your life. Choose life.
We're shining the light on a pathway to immortality. When most people hear that, they think it's far out. No, the people that are delivered from the destruction, if you're one of these people of the family, you're going to be granted an entirely different existence. And immortality is the only escape from the destruction if you're an Israelite. If you're an Israelite, the only escape from the destruction to come is to walk that pathway that leads to immortality. Because 2/3 of our people, they're going to die here.
A lot of people about to die, man. You don't want to be that heap of being that pile a heap of dead bodies. When they show you an extra, you just one of the bodies that was laid out in Babylon, man.
Coffee shop guy number 2.
Yeah, no, you just you're laid out. You don't want to be there, bro. I don't want to be there.
Hey, that's why we out here. We out here displaying our fear for the Lord, man.
Right.
And warning the people, because we were commanded to come out here and warn you.
Right.
To get the blood off our hands.
This first Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16, it says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine.
Right. I'm sorry. Take heed unto yourself, man. Really, really ask yourself if you believe this thing. And if you believe this thing, you're gonna move a certain way. Hey, it says in the scriptures, faith without work is dead. And, you can type shalom, and I'm not talking down on nobody. I don't want to, don't want to, what I'm saying? But this we live in some, we live in some serious times. Even ourselves, we can't stay the same.
We gotta rebuke ourselves.
We get rebuked. You know what I'm saying? We rebuke ourselves, we get rebuked. We'll hold that a standard too, man. And if we're teachers, we got to hold you as at a standard. Just think about it's not it's not an attention grab. It's not a fad. It's not an extension of the Black Power movement. We're not out here telling black people they're pretty. No, we're telling you need to repent or you're gonna die.
And that's why I like throwing that word immortality out there. Because what it's going to do with a person that doesn't have faith here, they're like, immortality? What are they talking about? To really be a part of this thing, like the elder was saying, you have to believe in the resurrection.
Right.
You cannot receive what we're talking about if you don't believe at that level. So I want to throw that word out there more to get you to understand what you're a part of, what you're seeking for, and the level of faith that you got to have to complete it. We're not talking about low-level mortal matters. Okay? We're not talking about low human shit. We desire to be gods with the lowercase g.
We're talking about the order of Melchizedek.
Yeah, it is.
And fulfilling that and walking into that covenant. A part of the order of Melchizedek is what? Receiving those new bodies, not being able to sin. We're gonna be able to judge righteously, but we're going to conquer death because we're going to conquer sin. Sin is not going to dwell within us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to get to. But before we get to that, we got to go through hell, bro.
Prophecy got to play out.
Prophecy had to play out. You know, we gotta go through it. You know, some of us ain't ready. Some of us have to get ready. You know, just like Simon Peter. You know, he thought he was ready to go through trials and tribulations, and then Yahweh had to show him, "You're not ready. You're gonna deny me 3 times, bro. Right? You're gonna deny me 3 times." That's a car right there. That's automatic. That's the spirit of Yahweh by Yahweh.
Oh yeah, on top. Yep. Got all the sensors on top, spinning all the time.
You know? Man. That's why we going. That's why you have to go through certain trials and tribulations to build your faith up. Because it's not gonna be sweet out here, bro. You know? They're already gearing up and try get ready to come against us. If your faith is not on lock, then you're gonna fold. You know? Go ahead, Doc.
This first Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16 says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee."
That's right. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, because you got a lot of Israelite camps talking about unity over doctrine, man. You know what I'm saying? That's BS, bro. You know what I'm saying? Unity over doctrine. What are you talking about? This we just read this doctrine. Doctrine is connected to salvation, bro. Just like the doctrine that Noah received from Yahweh Shem Yahushua was connected to what? Salvation, bro. You see? So we go hand in hand, bro. And ultimately, the only people that's going to be in unity on one accord is those of Yahweh Shah, man. You see, the sheep of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You see, you got Israelite, the elder Menachem Zakbai did a video a while back on that old boy from Believers of the Way, talking about we don't gotta know what the mark of the beast is, man. Nigga, you a fucker there. You through, nigga. That's a false prophet, man.
Yo, you don't gotta know. That's your part. Ooh.
Yeah, they don't think that this place is going down. They truly a lot of people that have this Bible and they call themselves teachers, they don't really believe the end is near, bro.
Yeah.
Just like Alizar before he got popped. No point intended. You know, he was saying that, hey, you know, just don't it's gonna be you know 20 10, 20 years before the end of the world.
He said it might be another 30 years,
Another
100 years. Yeah, we got on his ass. And shortly after that, the Lord revealed him for his nasty practices.
Yeah.
I had a set to back that brother up. Just to back him up on the fact that they teaching that unity over doctrine. The scriptures command us to all speak the same thing. Somebody lying. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. So the elect, when you go to Revelation, the 14th chapter, when it talks about them having no guile in their mouth, they are speaking the same thing.
Right.
It's not that, okay, this group, they got 30% of the truth, and then this group got 40, and then I got to mix it. No, the Lord isn't the author of confusion. There's a subset of men on the earth that have the full understanding to receive salvation. And if you don't see that, it's because you're 2/3.
Right.
You know,
It happened the first time with Noah. Noah had when you go into that in Second Peter, when it talks about Noah was a preacher of righteousness. When you go into that word preacher and see the preacher of righteousness, it goes into it says basically a doctrine, man. It going into a doctrine. So he had the doctrine that leads to salvation.
it is.
You know what I'm saying? So you think that ain't gonna happen during the time of the second death? Nigga, you crazy.
That's a rabbit ass. That's a rabbit ass vibe.
That's just right there.
Yeah.
All right, this is back in Luke. Back in Luke chapter 21, in verse 25, again it says, "And there shall be signs of the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring."
That's right. Hey, perplexity amongst these nations. Hey, just today, the U.S. Took over a Venezuelan tank. Okay, so that's war, bro.
That's an act of war.
That's war, right?
And Venezuela has its allies too.
Yep.
Russia,
Russia,
which is
China.
also in prophecy.
Right.
So
China.
China. So all these things are leading up to the conflict that we've been talking about.
Right.
To the time, the hour of temptation is all leading up to.
Yep. On top of what? On top of this guy Pete Hegseth just casually announced that Qatar has an airplane base here in the United States. So why do you have foreign troops over here? What are you getting ready for? Meanwhile, people are experts about PD next still.
Yeah, they put a documentary out.
Yeah.
Still don't know what's going on with the man on the island. But
Right.
they're gonna put Jake in front of your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Y'all fall for that shit every time.
Right.
Yeah, you know, y'all deserve to get caught up in confusion.
Scapegoat. Scapegoat.
Right.
Right. And 50 Cent nothing but a gate
Yeah, he's just a house nigga.
Yeah.
That's all.
to keep niggas in line.
Yeah, to keep niggas alive. But at the end of the day, man, those who are meant to escape the arrows, what does it say in Judges 5? The noise of the archers? Those that are meant to escape the noise of the archers, man, you're going to see through the bullshit. You're going to be able to see through the lies and the deception because you're going to be hearkening unto his words, which is going to come by way of his man, Amos 3 and 7.
Right.
All right?
Which is prophecy.
It is the spirit of Yahweh Shah. This is how you get close to Yahweh Shah in the earth. You listen to his words. You listen to the spirit that he's put in his men.
Right.
That's how you get close with Yahweh Shah. Jake out there all the time, especially in the churches. My relationship with Jesus. You know, you got a relationship with Satan.
Yeah. Hey, can somebody get Romans 10 for the bro? Because Jake has a zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Yeah.
You got a bow. They out there. They kicking up dust, but it's not according to knowledge. It's according to their emotions. Man. It's according to their hidden agenda. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying? If you about the words of Yahweh Shah, you be preaching, you be prophesying, you be trying to break down what the MOTV is, man. You be trying to link what's going on in the world, what you see going on, or what's written in the scriptures.
Romans 10, all right, in verse 1. Said, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge."
Yeah.
Right.
So you have a lot of our people, 2/3 even. All right. They got zeal, man. They're really in their mind. They're really like, I need to get closer to God.
God told me this. And it's a lying spirit on them, bro.
Man.
A lot of Jake be like, hey, God told me that. And it be, you really just, their flesh speaking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, God told you do this, do that. I say this and then. No, it's not according to the scriptures.
To really get this, it's a reason the scriptures say you got to become a new creature. Meaning you have to put off the moral compass that this devil has given you in this society. You can't digest this ancient book and the ancient ways through the lens of an American. So when they get confronted with the actual truth, it's so foreign and so far from what they've been brought up with, they think that it can't be of God.
Yeah, like okay.
That's the issue with 2/3 of our people. They're trying to filter the Most High through this understanding that Esau has gave them, and you can't do it. So they can't get this. See, you gotta become a new creature, man. You gotta empty your cup. You got it, bro.
get this next verse. Verse 3, Romans 10:3. It says, "For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness."
They're being ignorant of God's righteousness, being the Lord's way, his standard. They're trying to fit the Lord in this box that America gave them. You can't do that.
Nope.
You have to let that shit go and learn again. You can't put Yahweh Shai in the parameters that America gave you. That's stupid. But that's what 2/3 of our people are trying to do, and that's why 2/3 of our people are going to be left here and melted, as it says in Ezekiel.
That's right. That's why a lot of Jake out there they're painting this tricky boys as a black crowd.
Yeah.
As a because they still have that mindset of black, white, brown.
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Their alliances with the brown community, and they don't see them as the brothers. Like no, those talk about our brothers,
It is.
not just alliance.
Those are your relatives, fool.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all listen to that voice message with the chat. The elder ran into an Israelite girl named Jodeci.
Yep.
Why do you think there's just this affinity? Out of all the nations in the world, the Northern Kingdom, they're the
It's
closest to us. Yeah,
Yep.
they have the most. They're drawing the most to us, the most.
I watched Selena. She was in concert. She was singing Ralph Transit, man of sensitivity.
Oh man,
And I'm talking about really, but she was really like background singing. But I'm talking about get down, like wow,
damn, that's what's up.
you know what I'm saying? Because they know what's up deep down inside. The Jake, Judah, Issachar, the Northern tribe know what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
That's our brothers, right? And a lot of Jake that paint this thing as a we trying to wake up the black people. It ain't a black thing, man.
And that's why at the beginning of the lesson, I highlighted the fact this has nothing to do with complexion. Those are just relative terms we use to get you a general starting point. But it's way bigger than that. It's a spiritual thing. That's why that's another big hump they can't get past. All they see is color. But we sit here and talk about this family of people. And they think that way because Esau has given them a understanding of how lineage works. Oh, you half of this and half of this. It might be 10% of no. All what your father is. You go in the scriptures, do you notice that it's always men begatting other men?
Right. That's why it's not a tribe of Dana. Right? Can you jump down to verse 14 when you can tell where you at? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he said Romans 10.
Did you finish that?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
It says, "And going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High." Jump down to 14.
Jump down to 14.
Romans 10:14. It says, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him in whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?"
That's right. How you gonna hear this without a preacher? And that's a problem, man. Jake doesn't want to come on the order, man. A lot of Jake got daddy issues, bro. Like them guys bow and shit like that. You can tell the niggas was I have that. I'm a new nigga on the block type of reputation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With the curl and you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, they super R&B niggas.
yeah, super. Yeah, R&B thugs.
Yeah.
They gonna beat your ass and harmonize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
They call the Great Millstone Dallas. We the R&B because Great Millstone, but we have a masculine presence. That's what. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we like the R&B group, but look, we understand order. There's no egos in Great Millstone to where it's like, okay, I'm trying to be. If you got that spirit on you, your ass gonna get rooted out.
Or you gonna get your ass rebuked.
You're gonna get your ass rebuked. We understand there's men that are set up over you to watch for your souls. The scriptures say that. You have spiritual uncles and fathers in this truth, man. That's just how it is. If you too much of a low-level nigga to understand how the Lord sets things up, that he has order for you, for your own sake, for your own protection, then this truth isn't for you.
Right. That's right. And that really comes from you not having a father,
Insecure.
or you just have a problem with a man being over you, man. Which really usually shows you don't have a father.
Yeah, because the woman right? The scriptures talk about the man and the woman being pitted against it. That's in the curses. So the little boys that were raised by the woman, they take on that feminine spirit. So they don't want to recognize male authority. And that's just a telltale sign that you was raised by the woman. Right? You didn't have the male influence. All right, to be able to take constructive criticism or have problem solving skills. You know, you don't have that. And you can't be that way and be a man of the Lord.
Nah,
You gotta go.
that's right.
So going back, Romans 10, I'll read verse 14 again. It says, how then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him on whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent?
That's right. A lot of cats up there, you're not sent. The reason why you're not sent because you never came on an order. A lot of people never came on the order. So there's a lot of debating. There's a lot of switching of the doctrine going on. There's a lot of slothfulness going on. There's a lot of people being self-willed going on. People being selfish. You know,
Well, when you go to Romans, the first chapter, it talks about that reprobate spirit that gets put. Now it's going into that when the Lord takes the understanding from you, there's a lot of characteristics people can take upon themselves. Now, when you go to the bottom of it, one of those characteristics is to be disobedient to parents. All right, the Lord, I'm gonna read it real quick. This is Romans 1 and 28. It says, and even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate,
right?
deceit, malignity, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents.
And that comes from somebody trying to establish their own righteousness, man. You coming up with your own doctrines, right? And all types of madness follows it. You know what I'm saying? He's got Hakai. He wants to act like he's just so innocent. Like, bro, don't we remember your rap sheet, bro? Remember the shit that you did when you know what I'm saying, were affiliated with GMS, bro. You never technically in. But we remember the shit that you done. Backbiting. You always talk about somebody when there's a damn gossip to be heard, bringing out people's personal information.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You got a brother, hit. You know what I'm saying? You doing all types of stuff, bro. You know, why are you in the truth? You know, you got this raunchy website. Look like you soliciting women. You got a rap sheet, bro. And then now all of a sudden you get called out on a massive scale. Israel's calling you out. Now all of a sudden they want to kill us when you have been a murderer this whole time. The scriptures talk about, hey man, you have hatred towards your brother, you a murderer. You've been a murderer, Hakai.
man, you acting like a small hat.
Yeah,
Probably the person that put the battery in your back to do the shit you doing.
you know. Yep, very plausible. So, right, you leaking out, bro, my boy. It won't be too long to where you gonna try to disappear.
Yeah, he gonna be out of here soon.
Yep. When somebody start changing up the doctrine like that at an exponential rate, you know what I'm saying? That just shows you that Shalom. That just shows you what? That shows you that guess what? He about ready to tap out.
Yeah, the Lord's taking his spirit from you. And you can't do this consistently and be on fire for it unless the Lord be with you.
Right. Right. Yeah, he'll be on vocab alone couch suit with a turtleneck and them Tupac glasses on.
Probably already have.
When somebody about to be in trial, they try to make some look innocent. They put the
Oh yeah,
glasses
they
on.
put them glasses on.
Yeah, them oval glasses.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He in that spirit. He in that first 48 spirit when they interrogate James and they take the meal.
yeah.
They
First
take
of all,
the
thank you for having me. It's been a long. Yeah. Thank you for tell. Okay,
Hey, that's what's man. That's who he always been in the spirit.
Yep, we always been
Everybody come back in their life.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You still got that? You still got more in that rope? Go back.
Yeah.
You never got that definition for.
Yeah, I was trying to, kind of
Draw it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Oh, Put suspense up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and read it real quick. Stop. It's Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. And it reads, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, to see and to wage war. All right. Get that word for you. Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah. This is the word distress, and I went to the root word of it. It says Strong's G4912. It says Seneco or Senecho. No, Seneco. And it says of a cattle squeeze that pushing it in on each side, forcing the beast into a position where it cannot move, so the farmer can administer medication.
So you being put in a tight spot, a rock in a hard place. You know when they had the cattle on the farm, they put them in that pathway where they close them in, where they can't run, and then they give them the mark. You're gonna be confronted with the choice to where, hey, you either get down with this mark or you can't even function in society.
Yep, you got to walk out on faith. That's when faith is really gonna have to kick in, and you ain't gonna just wake up one day, you know what I'm saying, and just trigger fear, crush your head like, okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready for this.
No, bro, it don't work like that. It don't work like that, dog. It don't work like that. Now is the time, bro. Now's the time where you're going through certain trials and tribulations in your life. Build up that relationship with Yahweh by Yahweh Shai.
When you look at all our forefathers, before they got to the climax of their story, the Lord had them go through little tests and built them up for that moment.
Yep.
Right now is our building up for the moment.
Hey, like David told Goliath, like, look, man, I fought lions. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to misquote. Said bear, okay. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I did all these things, taking my sheep. Who are you? You know? So each of us in our life, we're like, man, I've been through this in my life, that in my life, man. I thought I was gonna get evicted. The Lord saved me 2-3 times. I done, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done lost a child. I done did this. I done did that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm ready. I done passed tests that nobody's, we don't pass tests that nobody's seen, bro.
Man.
Versus somebody that's been bullshit.
Yeah. Not applying the spirit.
Not applying the spirit. You know what I'm saying? When something happened, you blaming everybody else. Like Alazar.
Yes. He ain't gonna be ready at all. Don't fold.
Yep.
He gonna fold.
That nigga there gonna do what it take, boy.
He already do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Pegasus was down for whatever, man.
Man, that DF Dub.
Yeah. For real though.
Pop like a
Why we brought the parable of this devil trying to he's trying to defile the Lord's wood.
Yep.
He that nigga dead.
That nigga too much to quit.
Yeah, he with it. He with it all. Ready to party.
Yep. B Diddy.
That but look, the Lord has set up his man in this time to put you in the right mindset and to realize the things that you were going through. Yeah, it's for your building up.
Right.
We're going through our test right now too, for the sake of us being built up and to be ready for the test. There's many things that you're going to go through in Jacob's trouble that the Lord gave you something similar already, so that when it does happen, you're going to refer back to it like, oh, I seen this before.
I can do this. I need to do this.
Yeah.
I need to move this way. I need to go this way.
The Lord ain't gonna put you in a situation that he ain't prepared you for. And every brother test gonna look different, but if you sincere and you apply the spirit in this time, the Lord gonna be with you, man. He gonna be there to spot you.
Man. I got can I get another word?
Come.
No. Go ahead.
You get a little bit more there, then I'm gonna get this word for complexity, bro.
God, this more word. I mean, all right. For this word distress, the root word, it says to press on every side of a besieged city, of a strait that forces. That forces a ship into a narrow channel. What else? Oh, okay. To hold completely, to hold fast of a prisoner.
Wow, a prisoner. It says to hold completely. So he gonna get you to the point to where he got you completely. Via this technically by causing this, you know what I'm saying, this crisis to take place in order for him to implement this new system and to bring it forth. And then, in order for you, like it says in Revelation 13, in order for you to be a part of that new system, you have to take that badge, man. You have to get that technology in you, man. You see, and so he's gonna cause a situation to take place. And when this situation takes place, when you go into this word perplexities, it's aporia. It says a state of one who is perplexed. But when you go to the root, it says to be without resources.
Woo!
To be in straits, to be left wanting,
Yeah,
to be embarrassed.
yeah, be embarrassed. Hey, cause kind of like when when you lose your gig, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell nobody that you lost your gig. You be like, I'm just trying to stop you struggling right now, dog. You know, you gotta tell nobody that you. Yeah. I'm off, dog. Yeah, damn, boy, you got
That is
good
the
ass.
right,
You got that POT, you got the PTO, don't you? Yeah. You ain't trying to tell nobody, but shit, inwardly you like, damn. Man, I've been checking behind rent, dude, but dude, Lord.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like it says to be embarrassed, and that made me think of that in Isaiah where it says, "Your trusting in the shadow of Egypt's gonna be to your shame, man." You see, so you people are gonna be embarrassed because our people put their hopes in this place, man.
Hey.
They all for America, man. I was just some niggas that I work with, man. And these niggas just niggas vaping and then niggas start smoking and become philosophers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them type of niggas, bro. So one of them was talking about the technology. So I'm just listening to him. I got my earphones in. And I'm just listening to him. And he asked him, about the technology, man. We gonna become, different. We gonna become AI. You become AI. Yeah, they were, yeah. So them niggas with it, bro.
Yeah.
These people with it.
Yeah, they did it.
Become AI when you already have intelligence.
Oh my
You
God.
already have innate critical thinking.
Right. Damn.
It's, why would you want to use something that's formulated after what you already have in your brain? You could have been utilized that the whole fucking time, stupid.
He was talking, yeah, that's what he was saying. He was talking about how they making people live longer. You know what I'm saying?
They
Go
brought
ahead.
into the great value version of what we're already promised.
Yeah,
Right.
Esau's gonna pitch it. You know, when we talk to y'all about immortality and all these great things, Esau's pitching that on the left-hand side. And Jake, because they're carnal and they feel like they can physically see it,
Yep.
they're gonna go with that instead of the real thing.
And just to clarify, that's not for your black ass.
It's not for you.
You're not living forever, dog. You are going to, your whole entire life is going to be tracked and traced if you take that. Every aspect of your life will be tracked and traced.
You're going to be cattle.
Your thoughts will be capitalized on.
Man.
You will have, subconscious infomercials. You haven't thought about, eating ice cream. They'll be able to say, man, suit you something as far as a discount on ice cream. Your wants, desires will be capitalized on. Just as it's happening now. Now they're saying that what's gold is data. People's personal data is gold. You can have a conversation right now about boxing, and they'll send us something about boxing clubs because they're capitalizing off your interest. How much more so you had somebody playing against you? Hey, what's that? What's that in Isaiah 34? It's like a bee if you lean upon
36.
it's 36.
6.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know,
Like it.
and this is symbolic because you had Jake trying to come up against the Assyrians. You know what I'm saying? Jake was trying to come up against the Assyrians, and they said, "Hey, if you depend on Egypt, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be basically like a cane that's faulty and you snap it, and it's gonna pierce your hand." You know what I'm saying? If you believe now, we know that Judah was you know rescued or saved from the Syrian captivity, unlike the northern tribe. But we can utilize this for what we see now, Jake. You know what I'm saying? Depending on Esau Edom and modern Egypt. You know what I'm saying? This small excerpt right here, man. Our precept. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
God, this is Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him."
That's right. So you trusted in Egypt, man. It's gonna pierce you. It's gonna let you down, right? It's gonna lead you to straits, captivity. And a lot of our people, they're gonna go down that path, and that's what we're telling brothers right now and ourselves, first and foremost, to enter into that straight gate. Okay? That straight of difficulty, which is the discipline of these scriptures. You gotta put attention to the discipline of these scriptures, bro.
All right, going back to that definition for perplexity, the root. It says to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn.
Right. Not to know which way to turn. You're not gonna know what to do that day. A lot of people, they say, "Oh, you don't have to know what the MOTP TP is." When that time hit, a lot of people not gonna know what to do. A lot of people gonna be confused because the so-called leaders have fed them gray areas this whole time. So when certain legislation get passed, they're gonna start with the children first.
Yep.
Right? Just like they did 5 years ago. No, was it 5 years ago? 5 years ago. 5 days. Wasn't that long. 5 years ago. Right? Who did they start with? Them children. Right? And what did they do? What happened? Jay got their ass pierced by the serpent. Bang. And now what do you see? You see record high people dying at an exponential rate. I'm talking about young people. People ain't making it to 55. People get athletes, blood clots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all those people spinning around the circle and just dropping dead. Remember that?
Yep. Spin around. Yep.
Yeah, Sutton D syndrome.
Yep. Sudden death syndrome. Man,
Nigga talking about what happened to him? He just died. What was? Is there any reason? Nigga just died. He just
sudden
what?
death syndrome.
Yeah. This is with sudden death syndrome.
Right.
Sometimes people just die.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That's not. Motherfuckers just don't die, man.
Right.
Nobody questioned this man.
And it was like, Esau either could put a label to something that's absurd, and people just run with it, bro.
And, hey, bro, but they already been on that.
They're binary.
They'll put the medicine on those infomercial people jogging in the
Yeah.
park. Side effects may be chronic diarrhea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jake is like, I'm gonna go, yeah.
And you know what I do for food that night? I need to,
Right.
Like,
take
nigga,
some
the
day.
side effect is death.
Side effects might come from blood.
Right.
At least my stomach hurt that night.
That's how low level Jake Roscoe is. That shit gonna make it. Oh my goodness.
Shit, my stomach feel good.
Oh my
Cough
goodness.
blood.
Yo, you about to have kidney failure.
You're right.
Man. Read this one. It says to have no way out.
Right.
This is the only way out.
Right.
There is no other way out besides the Lord's way. So everybody else, like the definition talked about, they're going to be in perplexity, great confusion, not being able to deal with, to understand the situation that they're in. When the Lord has been speaking to you this whole time, that's Proverbs 1. They said that not all of the Lord's counsel.
Yeah.
So again, you deserve what you're going to get. All right, the Lord has given you every opportunity to be in the fold. And ultimately, on a deeper level, there's certain people that the Lord put the spirit on them not to get it.
Bro.
Because you got to judge me.
Like Jake is trapped inside a building, and we literally the exit door with the exit sign glowing saying exit.
With the door
These niggas don't see no way out. They ain't got no way.
With the door open.
Right.
Yeah.
There's somebody saying,
Yeah.
like,
They said we use this bell. We got about 20 more hours in there. What y'all think? Like,
Right.
It's like, hey, this is how you get out.
Wow.
I ain't gonna listen to him. I don't like how he talking to me.
right.
Hey, motherfucker,
At the end of the day, I'm a man too. She
what the fuck you talking about?
we're about to die.
Right.
That's what Jake is on. That's what Bow is on, bro.
Man.
Yeah, man. So they deserve.
I'm not following no nigga with an S curl down here.
She got an
Yes, right.
No, I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I
It look
said,
like-
damn.
Yeah, it is.
Ain't no but a bird.
They
But,
got a bird.
that was it on that definition.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
this is Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 75. Yeah, I'm starting at verse 75 because this is what the elect's going to have because the brothers going into pretty much what these 2/3 are not going to have. They ain't going to have no hope. Well, really, they're going to be in the spirit of despair, which is, hopeless, no hope. But I'm going to get, Second Ezra 16 and 75 says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And I think in that definition, you said like, in one of the definitions said like your guide, I mean, no guide or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, so I think it said no God. That's what made me think about the scripture because it said the Lord is your God.
Yeah.
Right now.
God, yeah, you got it. Whenever you find it. If it's on there,
Yeah, it is. I think it is, bro. I think it is.
God, because they're not going to have no God because guess what? They rejected the knowledge, man. Right, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. For they have rejected me, I'm gonna reject thee.
Yeah.
Right. So Lord rejected them by giving you no guide. Right. You ain't gonna have no way. Right. You're gonna be sitting there lost, confused, don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
Right.
And again, the prophets,
So, yeah,
Lord would spit on the prophets to be that light in a dark place to show you the pathway to be guided out of
I
this
think it's
place.
about
Got it?
But I got this for the brother. Going back
Yeah.
into the root word of perplexity. It says not to know how to decide or what to do.
Exactly. So basically, what I kind of wrapped my head around was like, oh, you ain't got no God. Pretty much, you ain't got no way. When we do, wisdom and knowledge shall be the same ability of our times. Right. So, my friend, let me go ahead and continue on. This is Second Ezra chapter 16. I'm reading 75 again. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. That's right. So he sees the God of those that keep his laws and statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, and ultimately following him. Right? Them the ones the Lord gonna guide. Oh, okay, you follow me? Okay, I got you. Right? That's why the brother went into that. You're gonna be put in tests that are it's kind of similar, but on a higher level, of course, but similar to what you've been through already, because Lord ain't gonna put something on you that you can't bear. Now, everybody else, man, according to Sirach, 40 and 9, death, bloodshed, tribulation, famine, discouraged. All these things are created for the wicked, for the sake, for their sakes, the flood came, roughly paraphrase. Right? So the bad shit, like the real bad shit, that's gonna be happening upon this planet Earth, man, 2/3 gonna have to deal with that shit for real. All right, now we gonna be tested, but it's gonna be tested to prove, hey, do we believe or not? Because Lord, He already knows, but we're the only ones that's not in the know. So the Lord, He's gonna be the God of those that trust in Him, right? That been serving Him, that been preparing in His grace period and not just fucking it off as they went into just not too long ago.
Psalms 32 and verse 8 in the NLT, it says, the Lord says, I will guide you along the best path for your life.
Exactly. I will guide you along the best path for your life. Because if you want to be honest, man, before you even came in the truth, man, the Lord, He had you then. Right? He had you then, but then now you're in the truth and He has you now, but now you got the understanding of it. Right. And as you go through your trials and tribulations, you be like, damn, because at first you don't understand you might not understand the certain things that the Lord does, but once it's over, like it says in Hebrews 12, right now, no chastity seem to be joyous but grievous, but in the end, peaceable fruit. I know it's like Hebrews 12 chapter. Yeah, yeah, because the last part that goes into chastity, how it says no, the chastity not joyous. Because when you're being chastised in that moment, of course you're not going to understand why you're going through it, and brothers are going through some hard shit. Right, but guess what? We understand that also in that chapter it goes to how He does it for our profit. He don't do it just to be fucking with us for the fun of it, So he does it for our profit.
Yes, sir. Hebrews 12 and verse 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children, my son. Despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of Him.
Exactly. So despise not the chastening of the Lord, because I know one of the words, well, not one of the words, one of the definitions that it says in there, it just goes into disciplinary correction, right? So the Lord, He's only disciplining you to be ready for what He's really finna get ready for you to get ready for the test. He set you up to get ready for the test. You know, that's the whole point of you getting chastised. You get built up. But you got it.
Uh, back to it. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourges every son whom he receiveth.
Exactly. So whoever the Lord loves, He's going to chasten, meaning He's going to be hard on them, right? Like, and I remember you went into earlier, in your video, how you pretty much going into the Lord chastening, man. How pretty much, it doesn't feel good, but the Lord, He does it, ultimately for you to build you up, to get you ready, right? Because as times get worse and worse and worse, right? Man, we got to get ready. We got to be ready for that, right? And what better way to do it than the Lord pretty much putting that fire on our asses, pretty much, right? Yes, it sucks. It don't feel good, but guess what? At the end of the day, man, it's for our benefit. It's to build us up.
And I had the definition of chastity. Yeah. I had it for. I want to say I have it in my notes. I wish I could get it for you, bro. I'm gonna get back to these scriptures if I don't have it. Like,
God, you can jump down to verse 11 too. If you don't end up find it. So I remember one of the definitions did go into this
jump down to you say 12, bro.
11.
11. Jump it down to 11. Hey, can I keep reading for you now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. If ye endure chastity, the Most High deals with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Exactly. So if you endure the chastening, right, you pretty much you don't bitch up and give up and quit, right? You say, fuck it, I'm gonna deal with it, right? Then guess what, man? The Lord's dealing with you, man. Right? No matter how hard it gets, how hard it may seem, but if you keep on going, man, and you good. The Lord, that's really it's just proof that the Lord is dealing with you, right? Because a lot of times, man, prophets, man, they had hard lives because Lord, he was on them, trying to build them up to get ready for whatever they're going to go through, whatever test that they may be going through. He's not doing that for the rest of the people. That's why everybody else is, chilling, right? You might be at the job, you might be actually doing your job, but Jake over here fucking off, but you fuck up one time, he on your ass quick.
Dang.
But the nigga that been fucking off, he never get caught. Right. Or even if he did get caught, the boss don't even give a damn. So it's like, damn, like, why me? Because this is their consolation, which is their rest, right? They made this their rest. So therefore, Lord, like, you know what? Go ahead, man. I don't give a damn about you, you bastard in my eyes. But him, nah, I'm gonna make sure he get right, because it's all gonna benefit in the end. And we're gonna, hey, we all gonna be like, hey, call all y'all about you on shot that, we was able to endure the chastisement because it's not an easy thing. The concept is simple, but going through it, that's the hard part.
Right. Yeah. That's right. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Exactly. Are ye bastards and not sons? So if you're not getting chastised by the Lord, then you're pretty much a bastard. Right. Someone that the Lord does not care about. Hey, go ahead, get your little cars, clothes, and hoes, and get the little job. Right. And you get it like you don't even get it at its fullest, man. You get it literally at its worst. Right? Having a family on this side, man, yeah, it's a blessing, but like, let's be honest, man, we fucked up. It's not really working. Right? Hell, you get a nice car, that shit get fucked up or stolen. Right? Hell, you get a nice job, man, you gonna get tired of the shit eventually. Like, let's be honest, bro. We don't care how much money you make, you're gonna get tired of this shit eventually. It's just no winning on this side, man. Right? So you can have this shit, but for the ones that the Lord is chastising, hey man, hey, they gonna hate this shit, and they gonna hate this shit to its fullest. They gonna hate their lives onto death. They're gonna hate their lives onto death. For the ones that do be martyrs.
That's that Ezekiel 9 and 4, where the elect gonna be signing crime for the abomination get done in the midst thereof. You got it, Bernard. That's what means.
No, I can't.
No.
Okay, go. I got a quick precept, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking.
This Psalms 119 and verse 71. It says, it is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. And that's King David talking, man. So he was saying it was good that, he was going, the Lord was chastising, man. So that way he can learn. Just like the brother gave the example about, other people just on the carnal sense. When you got in trouble, Your parents find out. What do they always tell you? I don't care what these other kids are doing. Your ass know better. See, I don't care. Let these little niggas down. You know how to act. You know. So and we the Lord woke us up to understand who He is and what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So we're supposed to be obedient. You know, we're not supposed to be out here in the world and just doing what these other people doing. Like your parents are saying. I remember my parents told me, if they jump off a bridge, you gonna jump off too. You know, so we gotta know. We gotta conduct ourselves, all right, in the obedience of our Father, man. How about you know, shot, man? You know.
Okay.
Because it's for a chest.
The word chastity uh means well, it says pay dia. Hold on, let Esau say.
Oh, you probably gonna say that. It's probably-
Okay, no, it's pay dia. It says the whole training and education of children, which relates to the cultivation of mind and morals, and employs for this purpose now commands and admonitions, now reproof and punishment. It also includes the training and care of the body.
Exactly. So I like I said, the cultivation of mind, the morals. Ultimately, it literally changes the way you think. Because there's certain things that bros go through, man. It'll change you, right? But it'll change. But the thing is, it'll change you for the better, though, right? You okay? Now you done got more faith. You done got more wisdom, knowledge, or understanding, whatever it may be, right? It changes you for the better, make you more of a man, but more of a man of the Lord, ultimately, right? And then also, it did say punishment because we do suffer for our sins. So that's pretty much two birds in one stone. Okay, you suffer for what you do wrong, but the Lord's gonna use that chastisement to build you up as well, right? So it's gonna be something that don't feel good, but hey, it's gonna teach you something in the process of it.
Right.
Whatever it may be for every individual brother, because for every individual brother is different.
That's the whole thing.
Brother might get chastised with this, but it might not fit for you like that, so you get chastised with something different, and vice versa. Because that's the whole point of us getting chastised, man, to be built up for what's to come, right? And Zaquan already made the example. Yeah, he talked about the example about Goliath, David, and Goliath, right? What happened to him, man? Hey, man, he had to get built up. His faith had to get built up to face the Goliath. He didn't just go up there like, I'm already ready. Right. Shit, I've been on this shit. I was like, you know how Jake is.
Yeah. Mama.
Like, pretty much.
Oh, bro.
Right.
Nah, he had to go through the line, go through the bear, right? He had to be built up for that. We're getting built up through the trials and tribulations we're going through.
Experience.
God.
Experience is the best teacher. That definition said something about education, right?
Yeah.
You get the etymology of that word. It basically goes into like child rearing. You know what I'm saying? So you being taught. David, like the folks said, David had to learn. You know what I'm saying, before he could actually go and have that boldness like that he had, man. The Lord had to teach him, had to put him through things, man. People think they can pray to the Lord and say, "Oh Lord, give me more faith." The Lord gonna snap a finger and you got more faith. No, the Lord is gonna put you when you pray to the Lord for more faith and more patience. The Lord's gonna put you in a situation. You see, in order for you to to have to build patience and build faith, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna just snap your finger and you got it. Like it's a damn game or something.
You ain't maybe just look up one day and you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like the most side dealing with you, he's gonna put you through some things just so you can get that he needs you to understand.
Right. Yeah.
He needs you to understand. I need you to understand this about yourself, bro. If he's dealing with you, you're gonna go through some shit, man.
Yeah.
Constantly, bro.
And I was like, and it's all ultimately for your betterment at the end of the day. Right? That's the piece behind it. We understand that he ain't doing it just like he ain't doing it just for the fun of it, just like, oh man, Lord just love fucking you up. Nah, bro, he's doing it because he cares, man. Right? Oh, you made the example in your video about coaches. Right? The coach is the one he care about the most. Them the one he's gonna be getting on their ass the most about. Right? But if that coach is not getting on your ass, you ain't getting no play time, the coach don't give a damn about you.
Don't really, yeah.
Pretty much. And that's what the Lord is doing with these 2/3. Yeah, they suffer straight thing, but man, it's not building them up, Right? If anything, if they get chastised, man, they're waxing worse. Right? They go hard, they go harder than they fall. Shit, I'm sure my ass this year. I'm gonna do even more. But it's more wickedness. You know?
You got it. So Rock 22 and 16 of GMT. A wooden beam can be put into a building so firmly that an earthquake cannot shake it loose. A person can be trained to use reason and good sense so well that he keeps his head when a crisis comes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. Like I said, being trained, right? So you being trained to be able to withstand something like that. Meaning that it's not I forgot which one of y'all said it. Like you can't just do it with the snap of the finger. Like it was you, right? You ain't getting fake snap of the finger. You ain't getting wisdom snap of the finger like that. No, the Lord, He's gonna make you work for that, man. He's gonna put you in situations where you have to initiate wisdom. He'll be put in situations where you have to initiate faith. Right? You're gonna put your situation, man. You're gonna have to initiate the knowledge you obtained.
Right.
Right? That's how it goes, man. The Lord, He like to see His man, work for that, man. Right? Yeah, yeah. You ain't finna just get all A's just from chilling. No, you gotta work for that shit, man.
Yep.
Right? And that's how the Lord doing us, man. When we be praying for these things, but you should be, right? Hey, man, it's gonna be some pretty much some hell coming your way, right? To get you built up to a certain standard that the Lord wants you to be at for when that time comes. But we got for the Hebrews, unless you got something.
No,
You
no.
got something. You go ahead.
Real quick. Revelation 13:19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore and repent.
Okay.
Back to Hebrews 12 and 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Exactly. So we show respect unto them, right? You get an ass whooping by your mom or your dad. So you get a butt whooping by them, right? Or chastised by them. All right, you show them reverence. You show them respect. Go ahead.
God. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the fathers of spirits and live?
Exactly. So how much more Yahweh Bashion Shai, right? He's doing the same thing to us, man. He chastises us because he cares, man. He wants us to do better. Right now, don't do that. Or like, okay, I want you to get to this point, man. You gotta learn, you're gonna have to learn this way. Right. And when the Lord does it, man, it doesn't feel good, man. Right? Because the words can't teach you, man, and hey, adversity will. Right. And the Lord, He has a heavy hand. Right. I be praying that I take heed to the warnings, but you can't take heed to all of them, man. Right. So with that, hey, you're gonna have to learn one way or another if you want to his.
He gonna teach that lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our pleasure, our profit.
Exactly. So the Lord, He's doing it for our profit, man. Right? That we may, Lord willing, be saved, man. That we may be partakers of His holy name. I think it says that.
Yep. That we might be partakers of His holiness.
Exactly. That we might be partakers of His holiness. Right? So it's only for us, man. Lord, like I said, Lord ain't doing this shit just He ain't doing it just to just for the fun of it, laugh and giggles. Look at him cry. No, bro, He's doing it like he's doing it because He cares. Like, all right, let me see what my son gonna do. All right, you pass the test or whatnot. Good job. And even if you didn't pass that test, you're like, hey, I'm gonna give it to him again. He gonna pass it next time.
He gonna pass it next time. Yep.
Look at Job.
Exactly.
Yep. Job crawled to that salvation.
Yeah.
Job was going through it, bro.
God, man. You got it.
Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous.
Exactly. It's like it. Exactly. It says no chastening for the present seem to be joyous but grievous. So in other words, when you're going through it, of course you're not gonna be smiling, you're not gonna be giggling, you're probably gonna be pissed the fuck off, irritated, you might end up getting a headache. All right, you're gonna be going through it. But you got it.
Nevertheless, afterwards it yieldeth the peaceful fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Exactly. But afterwards, it yielded fruit of peaceful righteousness, growth, man. Right? In other words, man, it's growth. Huh?
It's like Rome. I'm sorry, I was saying Romans 15.
Oh yeah. Because what you got? What's the fact? Oh yeah. Peaceful fruit, man. In other words, you grow from it. Right? It don't feel good. You go through it, but guess what, man? It's a benefit at the end of the day. You grow. You done got more wisdom. You done got more faith. You done got more knowledge. Right? You done became tough. You got some thicker skin.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to go through more. Right? So it's always something good coming out of it. Hell, Romans 8 going into that 8-28. For all things.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going there. Yeah, I got it, bro.
Okay, you get it. Then you got yours.
All right, God, this is Romans chapter 8. All right, in verse 28, it says, it says, And we know that all things work together for the good of them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Exactly. So we know all things work together good for those that love Yahweh Shah. So the ones that love Yahweh Shah, what they're gonna be doing? They're gonna be keeping his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, feeding the sheep, right? Teaching the right faith, teaching sound doctrine, which is 100% true, right? If you're doing that, then guess what? You're gonna be going through a lot, right? It's not going to be peaches and cream, but the Lord doing it because He loves you and He knows what's the benefits of it, right? The growth that you're going to get from it. Because everybody else, they chilling, they going out on nights or whatever, do whatever the fuck they want to do, not pretend to the Lord, right? But guess what? Their end is going to be bad. Wherefore the elect, their end is going to be great. They're going to be changed. They're going to be delivered. Just all about y'all. Okay.
Yeah. You ask me? No. This is Hebrews chapter 5. All right. Hebrews chapter 5 and verse
That's their intercession spirit.
okay. All right.
There you go.
All right, Hebrews chapter 5. Let's see.
Around like 3.
Yeah, I think it is. Yep. When we started 3, I was looking for part where it said through obedience.
I thought you looked for one to say you experienced to get
Yeah,
you know somebody.
I thought I'm okay. This one I was Coach Hank. Though he
Okay,
was a son, yet I'll read it sloppy. Hebrews 5 and 8. It says, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. So that's what we get. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to go. All right, verse 9, it says, and being made perfect, he became an author of eternal salvation unto all that obey him. You see, and it talks about that in Romans. If you would have kept going in that Romans 8, and then 29 would have talked about Yahweh Shai. You know, he was the first of many brethren, roughly paraphrasing, man. See, so we through the same suffering, through the suffering of following Yahweh Shai, we doing this, we trying to get back to that same glory, man. Lord willing, were those spirits that was predestinated from the foundation of the earth, man. That's the story of the elect, man. See those first fruit spirits that were with Yahweh Shai in the heavens before the foundation of the earth was made, man. Our big brother had to do it first. He laid the path down when he came back as Yahweh Shai. He laid the path for us to follow, and that's what you have taking place right now. The elect is following after that, and through that suffering, you know what I'm saying, through obedience. So, you know, we learned that through suffering, man. And we returning back up to that form of glory, Lord willing, with those spirits, man. So,
All right. So with that being said, man, our brothers out the lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises once more too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Shalom.